So what fractions are all around you? What fractions are really all around you? What will you see a lot? What's for common fractions? You're going to see 1/2, like we talked about. You're going to see 1/2 popping up a lot. You're going to see 1/3 a lot in school and things that they show you. It's going to be 1/3 quite a bit. Many common fractions are going to pop up and are going to be all around you. Like 1/4, you're going to see quite a bit. And 1/5, as we talk about, you're going to see those quite a bit. But before we jump even more into that, let's talk a little bit about numerators and denominators, right? And let's talk about denominators first and what they really are and what we're really looking at. So denominator, let's think about this circle that we have that's been cut up into 6 equal parts. The denominator is really how many parts a whole has been cut up into. So let's look at this right here. So I have 1 in this part, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be my denominator right there. This whole part has been cut up into 6 total pieces. That is my denominator, and that goes on the bottom, right? So let's take a look at it again. Let's look at the numerator. So the numerator is we're going to be talking about. That's going to go on top. What are we concerned with? Right now, we're only concerned about that one red part, that one part out of the 6. So we know that the 6 is the denominator, and that one part right there that we're concerned with, that's the numerator, and that's going to go on top. So the numerator goes on top, and the denominator goes on the bottom. And we deal with 1/6. This is 1/6. That's the fraction right there. So let's look at this again slightly another way. So we know we have our numerator and we know we have our denominator, and we're dealing with 1/6, 1 out of the 6 pieces that this whole has been cut up into. And as we start to think about it, we know that the denominator goes on the bottom. Remember, that's the total amount that it's been cut up into. And we also know that as we start to look at this, that our numerator is going to go on top, right? That's the part that we're concerned about, right? So as we deal with that and we think about it, we remember that the denominator itself is how many total parts the thing has been cut up into. That goes on the bottom. That is your denominator. How many total parts the thing has been cut up to. And then when it comes to the numerator, how many total parts are you dealing with? How many parts are you actually dealing with? In this case, we're dealing with 1/6, 1 out of the 6 parts. And so when you think about it, you know, your numerator, remember that your denominator is going to be on the bottom, and it's going to be how many total parts a whole has been cut up into. Your numerator, as we said, is how many parts you're dealing with, and that goes on the top. So our denominator is on the bottom, our numerator is on the top, and remember that we're dealing with how many parts you're dealing with, that goes on top, and how many total parts the whole has been cut up into, that goes on the bottom. That's your denominator.